Hi there, students. Today we're going to begin our unit on cone. Now, if you've mastered the circle, if you've mastered the cylinder, if you've mastered the sphere, you're now ready for the hardest one yet. It's cone. All right. Volume of a cone is what we're going to start with today. The formula is posted right here. It is pi times radius squared times height divided by 3. But I'm going to break it up into 4 simple steps for you. Hopefully simple. We'll see. I was at Holiday gas station today, and I saw this as I was checking out. Whoops, I'm off the screen there. That's okay though. You don't need to see me. You just need to see the formula and see the shape. And I picked up a cone at Holiday, and as you can see, it's a perfect cone. Maybe if the ice cream truck went by, you'd put a snow cone in it and eat it with a bubble gum at the bottom. But we're not doing that today. We're going to find the volume of this cone though. And the first step when finding the volume of a cone is to find the radius squared. Step 1, find the radius squared. So I'm going to put that right here. So, to find the radius squared, as we all know at this point, you need to look at the circle. And here is the circle of the cone. We all see that. And I need to find the radius of this. And I'm going to use centimeters. And I need to go through the center point. And let's see if we can see that on the, whoopsies, let me try this again here, so we can get a better look here at the classroom, what we got here. As you can see, it has a diameter, maybe you can see that, maybe you can't, has a diameter of 10 centimeters. So, oh my goodness, we got trouble here, today. Good golly, Miss Molly, one moment. I apologize, students. Holy smokes. An errant elbow sent everything flying. Oh boy, we want one moment. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can do a little cosmetic surgery here. This would be something you might see on HGTV. One moment, students. Let me use this T-Rex tape and see if that weighs it down. Oh my goodness gracious, how embarrassing. I'm probably not going to edit this out though. All right. Because I don't want to start over for the 5th time. All right. Once again, let's all get back to grips here. Volume of a cone. Formula is posted. Step 1, find the radius squared. I think we all see that. Find the radius squared. And I had shown you this, but I'm going to show it to you again because we just had a one of those California earthquakes come through the Emery household here. One moment now. Whoops, that's inches. I've lost my equilibrium, as you can see as well. Okay, here we go. So you can see it's about 10 centimeters for the diameter. I need to go half of that to make it a radius, and the radius would be 5 centimeters. I'm going to put that off to the side here. And so the radius is 5. To square a number, you multiply it by itself. 5 squared is 25 centimeters. Great. Step 1 is in the books. Step 1 is in the books. Okay. Step 2. Height divided by 3. So now we're going to do height divided by 3. And the height of a cone is very difficult to find. I found it beforehand. You're going to have to trust me on this. A lot of people think, oh, you just take the ruler and you go like this. No, you don't. You have to measure it from its tippy top, which can we see? Go the other way. The tippy top all the way to the bottom of where the circle is. I'm going to get a side view on that to show you. All right, so we measure it from the middle to that point I just showed you, inside the tippy top of the cone. And I did that earlier, students, and I got approximately 14 centimeters. So I then divide 14 by 3, and I get 4 2/3, or 4.6 repeating. And that's what I do for step number 2. So far, radius squared, 5 times 5 is 25. Height divided by 3, 14 divided by 3, approximately 4 2/3, or 4.6 repeating. Let's go on to step 3. Multiply the radius squared by the height divided by 3. So you just found these in steps 1 and 2. Now you multiply them together. You find the product. And I did this on a calculator earlier as well. And you should get about 116.5 or 116.5. Well, why is it about? Why can't you find it exact? We're dealing with circles. Pi goes on forever. It's infinite. You're going to have an infinite number then, which means it's not exact. It's precise. It's approximate. So about 116.5 is step number 3, but we're not finished yet. If you look at this original formula here, we haven't dealt with pi yet. Pretty easy what step number 4 is going to be then. Multiply by pi. Well, I use 3.14. We've talked about that. That's well documented. Use a standard 3.14. So I multiplied what I got in step 3, 116.5, times 3.14 pi. And I get about, once again, we know why it's about 365.81, or 81 hundredths, centimeters cubed. I'll say that again. 365 and 81 hundredths centimeters cubed. It's cubed because it's volume. Volume is cubed. Surface area is squared. So you want to make sure you have your proper label. And the units I used was centimeters. So this was kind of challenging, so I'm going to go through it one more time. Before you do any math, you have to find the diameter and radius. Just the radius, actually. You probably are going to have to use the diameter to find it, though. And then you're going to find the height. And I showed you how to find the height. And then step number 1, you find the radius squared. We did that. The radius was 5. We squared it. 5 times 5 is 25. Step number 2, height divided by 3. We found the height. It was approximately 14 centimeters. 14 divided by 3, 4 6/10 repeating. Step number 3, you multiply radius squared times height divided by 3. Steps 1 times step 2. So step 1 times step 2. And then the last step, and we did that, of course. The last step is you just multiply what you get in step 3 by pi. It's a 4-step. You can do that. Not saying it's going to be easy. Not saying you're not going to have to put in some work. It's going to be challenging at times. You're going to have to put in a lot of work. But if you do these 4 steps, you're going to find the volume of any cone you can find. We'll see ya.